cabron, quite bold and strong, for calling someone an asshole who does others wrong. It's best used with care, lest you make a mistake, for calling someone that can cause quite the quake. In feminine form, cabrona, you see, can label a bitch as mean as can be, but wield it with caution or face a storm, for these words pack a punch, not quite the norm. So if you must use them, make sure they fit, for cabron and cabrona don't easily quit. A linguistic spice, like hot pepper's heat. It's best served with humor, or not at all. Neat. Hee.
Coffee and Headlines is brought to you by the generous support of our viewers and the following community partners: Best Cord Cutting TV, Bravo's Restaurant Bar, Joint Boutique Hotel and Cowork, Puerto Vallarta Neurofeedback, Puerto Vallarta Owners Reps, Oculto, and Siam Cocina Thai. Thank you for your support, and thank you for supporting our community partners. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Coffee and Headlines, our morning get-together live here on Facebook. We are once again broadcasting live from Café Rio, where the sound of coffee beans grinding is filling the air. And sitting next to me is owner Eric and friend Eric and community partner Eric. So if you have any questions for Eric, who is in town, feel free to share them with me. As always, we welcome your comments. If you want to add a capital letter Q to your comment at the beginning, that means that you have something really important to share, and we'll be glad to react to it. And if you are new to the live broadcast, feel free to add a capital letter N, which stands for new, and that way we will give you an amazing little welcome. Nothing out of the world, but we're happy to welcome new friends as they join our broadcast. And for those of you that are watching on YouTube later on in the day, well, you are just as important. It is a pleasure to see you here with us today. Today, as usual, we have a combo of news, from some serious stuff, some lighter stuff. So we might as well get started with what we have. And we begin with this news item from Mayor-elect Luis Munguía, who has called a press conference to inform the public that he will be receiving a money-less administration from current Mayor Jose Martinez. This just in case you were thinking wonderful things are going to happen overnight as soon as he assumes the position as Mayor of Puerto Vallarta. For this reason, he is respectfully urging the outgoing administration to begin facilitating the transition process so that the incoming administration can get a clear picture of the current financial situation in the city. Meanwhile, the current administration continues to intervene the Malecón as promised, and this intervention now includes the small lighthouse, an action seen by some locals disapprovingly, as it comes across as too little, too late. If you ask me, it's never a bad idea to give the Malecón a nice little bit of TLC, but with so many things pressing in as it relates to the city needs, it's difficult to determine what should come first. The trash situation, unfortunately, continues to be the same. And in the work being conducted along the northbound lateral of Medina Ascencio, it was simply a matter of time before authorities had no choice but to work on the actual intersection between Puerto Vallarta's main artery and the Libramiento in order to install new underground tubing, and that time is now. Needless to say, this will temporarily increase the vehicular chaos currently taking place at that particular spot. So if you're driving, just try and be patient, as there's nothing that can be done until the project is concluded, ideally before the current administration steps down. And just as President-elect Claudia Sheinbaum's triumph was recently ratified by the Electoral College, Jalisco's governor-elect Pablo Lemus has also just been ratified. So the coast is clear. We can have a new governor, and hopefully the process will continue uneventfully. And just as outgoing Governor Enrique Alfaro, incoming Governor Lemus has just announced that he will not be pressured by city bus companies to increase ticket fares. In a message this past Sunday, he stated, and I quote, "We have the firm objective of continuing to improve and modernize public transportation, and we will do so during our 6-year term, maintaining an affordable rate for all families." He said this in a message from this past Sunday. So he's not saying he's not going to increase the fares. He's simply saying he will not be pressured by bus companies to do so in the near future. Now, let's take a quick look at our weather forecast just to see what's going on out there and what we can expect for the next few days. Snarky Weatherman says rain stopping in 14 minutes. What a fucking day to be alive. What can I tell you? What do you think, Eric? It's beautiful, says Eric. It's 28 degrees out there. Humidity is high at 86%. And our weather forecast says light rain throughout the day with a chance of rain of 50%, a high of 31, and a low of 24. Then tomorrow, Wednesday, we will expect light rain with scattered thunderstorms throughout the day, a chance of rain of 62%, a high of 31, and a low of 24. And on Thursday, we can look forward to a partly cloudy day in the morning with thunderstorms in the afternoon, a chance of rain of 82%, a high of 32, and a low of 24. Moving right along, I do have a couple of other things that I wish to share with you. Let me just set them up here on my monitor. Oh, this is a bit of an eye roller, but in a funny way. Let me put this up on your screen, starting with this image. Let's recap. First, a mammoth sculpture of Greek god Poseidon was installed in a beach in Yucatan. And by the size of the people at the bottom of the sculpture, you can appreciate its size. But then some locals complained about the reason behind honoring an Olympian god instead of its pre-Hispanic counterpart, Chaak. Then came a petition on change.org for the government of Yucatan to actually erect a sculpture of the Mayan god Chaak, the god of rain, to honor our Mayan roots. The petition received a whopping 7 signatures, not 8, not 9, but 7. And now, 2 sources have confirmed that a TikToker has announced, and that is what I call reliable sources, that a new Chaak statue is currently being built and will be installed at a yet-to-be-disclosed location. So, clearly nothing important, nothing verifiable. I just thought I would amuse you with that ever so slightly. I do want to remind you that the spotlight is on tomorrow afternoon as usual, and I'm looking forward to that. And I've mentioned to Alexis here at the hotel, who oversees all the wonderful events that take place in the meeting center and other parts around the joint. See, Eric, you're making me nervous. I cannot speak properly about your hotel because you're sitting here in front of me. Anyhow, I've invited Alexis to join me tomorrow afternoon. I don't know what his schedule is like, so that we can learn from him not only what is coming to the Joints Grow project of providing adult education classes, courses, and music appreciation presentations. So Alexis may be joining us tomorrow. I also heard through the grapevine that Gina from Whiskey Kitchen might be joining us tomorrow, but I haven't seen a confirmation just yet. And last but not least, before we dive into your comments, just a quick reminder that my next music appreciation presentation a week from Thursday will be all about Aretha Franklin, the Queen of Soul. I'm excited about putting this one together. I am actually taking a previous presentation on Aretha and I'm sprucing it up to include all kinds of new and wonderful information. So I'm excited about that and I hope you will be too. This is a week from Thursday at 5 o'clock right here at the Joint Boutique Hotel and Cowork. I just told Eric that I use the music interludes to pick my nose, and that is not entirely false. Oh, Eric can confirm that it is true. Okay, so I started by announcing that I can see light at the end of the tunnel. I did go to the Telmex office in case you're wondering about my Telmex saga. And I was taken by surprise by such human treatment when compared to the robotic mess that Telmex has online. And to make a long story short, the technician is going to be at my house today. And not only that, it turns out there is now optical fiber 1 block away from my house. So I'm keeping all my fingers crossed and hopefully I won't be here tomorrow morning, but we will be here tomorrow afternoon for the spotlight if all goes well. Keep your fingers crossed for me. And I am looking at comments and good mornings, which I love and appreciate every single day. Larcito, you are praying along with me and I'm praying along with you. Eric is sitting right next to me. And so we have an abundance of good vibes and I appreciate that very much. Oh no, Gary Green says, how many AT&T customer service reps does it take to change a light bulb? We don't know. They're still on hold with the bulb manufacturer. That deserves a boom boom. I will say this much. When I arrived at the Telmex office in Plaza Caracol yesterday, I said to the nice little hostess that welcomes you in and gives you a number, I said, well, I'm here to follow up on a report. And they're like, well, we cannot help you. I'm like, why? And she's like, well, because our system is down. They actually said this to me. So I thought to myself, you know, their online service is a mess, their local service is down, but they have air conditioning. And I was already there and I had books to read and I had headphones. So I said, you know what? Just give me a goddamn ticket. I'll sit here and I'll wait for the rest of the afternoon if I have to. And it paid off, so it's a good thing. Let's see what else we have. Congratulations to Trudy, who just booked a condo in Puerto Vallarta. Countdown has started, only 169 days. Yay! Time flies fast, and I'm sure you'll be here in no time at all. Here's a big cue. Big thanks to Eric and his staff for helping you out. It would be very difficult for us to have our daily coffee and headlines without their help. Well, you've heard me say this before. My life has been changed with Karina at the helm. She is here to prepare wonderful coffees and lattes and smoothies and sandwiches. This is truly a very comfortable place to be. And I'm not just saying that because Eric is here. I'm saying that because it is. So if you haven't given Café Rio a chance, stop by and check it out. You'll be pleasantly surprised. Let's see what else we have. Pamela announces that Friday auditions start for Teatro Sin Borders' play in November. We heard about this before, so this is exciting. Mark gets funny and he says maybe they can just paint the trash. Oh, Mark, you know, we're not going to see any improvement on trash management in the city, at least for a little while. So I just suggest we all become patient with this and keep our fingers crossed. Pamela says, any yarn requests from Joanne's in the US, you know I will be there. You know, Pamela, I am blessed to have all the yarn that I need right now, but thank you so very much for asking. If I develop a specific craving, you will be the first to know. Thank you for asking, Laura, about Telmex yesterday. I think a solid movement was made, but a solid movement. I can't help but to think about bowel movements, and this has nothing to do with you, but it has everything to do with the way I felt a couple of days this past week without my internet. Keep your fingers crossed. That's what I'm trying to say. Mark says, Linda says hello. She's off to Oculto to learn salsas. Oh, that is wonderful. That is great news. I am so glad that the salsas class at Oculto is taking place. How fun is that? Let's see what else we have. Da 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 da. Oh, Eric. No hay sistema. Do they manage OXXO systems very well? Well, you know, maybe when OXXO starts offering telephone service, we can switch. Oh, you cannot pay your bills on OXXO because they never have a system? Oh my God. I know. This whole business of no hay sistema is very popular around town. But I'm going to try to be optimistic about this. Excuse the finger. I've been reading a lot of self-help books, so I'm staying optimistic. And Lars is all giddy because he loves RESPECT and the Queen of Sol Aretha. It'll be so much fun. It's not even funny. Let's see. Yeah. Brian says, you should have just leaned over and taken the mic. Well, you know, I know my friend Eric, and I know he's microphone shy, but he is a gentle giant with a beautiful soul inside. I know that. And if you get a chance to meet him, you will know that as well. Oh my goodness, Ronald, your internet is also out. Are you with Telmex? If you are with Telmex and you are in town, let me tell you that as much as it may be a burden to have to go to the office in Plaza Caracol, you will probably move faster in their process than dealing with their questionable service on their Facebook page or the automatic robot on WhatsApp. So my suggestion to you is bring your Kindle, bring some headphones, bring a smile and a good attitude, and just head over to the office. Again, I'm expecting my issue to be solved today. If it isn't, I will be busy tomorrow because we'll be doing the spotlight, but I will be there on Thursday, bright and cheerful, and then on Friday, and then on Saturday until they fix the problem. It is unfortunate that this is what it takes, but you know, what are you gonna do? And this, my friends, I love it. Logan says, no hay sistema will be my mantra until Friday as I am back on vacation. I say, good for you, Muffin. You enjoy your lack of system, charge your batteries as best as you can, and that will bring you back to work fully replenished, or at least that is my hope. And with that said, it is time to wrap up today's broadcast. Thank you so much for your company, for your questions, for your good wishes. And thank you for being part of our community. Um, every day that we do this, I am constantly reminded of how wonderful it is to connect with you because you want to be connected to our city, you want to be connected to our way of life, our traditions, what's going on, our culture, and so forth. And you are the kind of person that I enjoy. Thank you very much, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow morning from home. If not, I know that I'll have a good place to be, right, Karina? Have a good day.